Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now, here is George. No good on the triple. Here's Harris. Harden outside, and it's Jordan with the jam. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Buries the easy one.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Harden against George. Harden the pass to Durant. With the tip, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
One of the great rebounders in this league. When Jordan does score, this is often how it happens.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. And there's the pass to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Batum wide open. He fires. And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Durant. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
You know, people underestimate the speed of Durant. He gets up court quickly.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Harden against Jackson. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Leonard with no one around. No good on the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Harris dishes to Jordan. And the basket is good. Jordan's got 6.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's George. Pass to Leonard. Plenty of space. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Ibaka finds Jackson. Outside Leonard, inside. Ibaka, the pass to George. The putback, it's hauled in by Brown. And the Nets with possession. Big stretch here going 10-2. That one falls. He has 6.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Now, here's George. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Leonard kicks to Jackson. To the middle. And stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. Charity stripe shot. Brown. And it's Brown on the follow.
Timeout. And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets leading by 12. Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Griffin. Dinwiddie attacking. It's deflected. Stolen by Zubats. One-on-one here. Here's Cousins. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game here. And that one misses.
One of the guys who fills up the stat sheet. Unfortunately for Cousins, that tends to include a high number of texts each year.
44 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Here's Claxton. Back to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Passes to Claxton. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. From deep. He can't get that one.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
You know, this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverley out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Morris in at the small forward position.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside Irving. Fires for three. That shot off, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverley. The pass to Kennard. Morris outside. Back to Kennard. A baseline J. The rebound by Luwawu.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Irving, good.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Beverley kicks to Kennard. Pass to Cousins. Got a hand on it. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Outside Griffin. Pass to Irving. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. And the Clippers call time here.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. He kicks it to Griffin. Dinwiddie against Kennard. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Clippers trail by 17. 1:43 left to play here in the second quarter. Basket counts.
I love this about Patrick Beverley. He's just a fighter. He's never going to back down.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Here's Claxton. Zubac's defending. Here's Claxton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Irving. That one wide left. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Kennard on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. Kennard the pass to Zubac. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside for Griffin for the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Beverley. Passes it to Kennard. Goes up on the wing. Again, the Clippers.
Extremely fluid on the offensive end. Kennard can score in just about any situation.
17 seconds left to play here in the half. Irving can't get it to go.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
From deep three-point range. No good that time, but they'll get another chance. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted his share of critics. And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Brooklyn leading by 11. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Harris. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. Durant for 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Ibaka goes in over Jordan. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. KD dishes to Harden. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Harden's got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets. Harden against Jackson. Now the pass to George. A 3-ball. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. George against Harden. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And Jordan has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. And it's Kevin Durant with the 3. KD's got 9.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Pass to Leonard. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 13-point game.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
The deep three from Harden. The long-distance three is buried. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Pass to George. Launches a three. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And here's Harden for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And the Clippers call time here. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. The difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Durant just inside the line. Misses the step-back jump shot.
In a bump this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And finished off by Leonard.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Harden and the jam by Harden.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
Clippers trail by 17. George looking around. The rebound by Harden. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Nets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Harden the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Brown outside. The wide open look for Durant. The three-pointer no good.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game.
In terms of height, Durant was not a late bloomer, already a 6-footer in middle school.
And the Nets making a change here. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Kennard's shot is off.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Dinwiddie passes to Luwawu. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up the baseline. Irving misses. Now Kennard. 6 points for him. Offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to Kennard. Takes the three. And no good that time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And You love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Whistle blows, bucket. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Dinwiddie, and he banks in the layup.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Beverley against Dinwiddie. Passes it to Kennard. Fires the three. The Clippers get another chance here. Here's Zubac. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cousins. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Here's Batum. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Griffin. Nets leading by 15. Irving looking over the floor. Shakes him. And Griffin with the layup.
Running the pick and roll to perfection. Kyrie with a great feel for the game.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
There's the pass to Harris. Outside Jordan. Kicks to Harden. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. From deep, George. And it's KD with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Nets. A shot by Harden, wide open. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up.
Oh, what a play!
Watch it! Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
And Harden launches it from deep. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. Nobody near George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Brown with it. He kicks it to KD. From deep. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Harden can't hit.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
The lead now in single digits.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Harden against George. Harden surveying the D. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. And let's
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. Now here's Lillard. It's good from long range. And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Here's Lillard following the score by Serge Ibaka. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Powell against George. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Beverly the pass to Leonard. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And George kicks to Beverly. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now here's Powell. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Powell's got his second bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And here's George for three. Good on the three-point shot. It's all knotted up.
That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely. Great release. And big-time shot there.
And the pass to Jones. Lillard way outside. Trailblazers keep it alive. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Outside Leonard. Passes it to Beverly. Here's Ibaka. This one for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Nurkic finds Lillard. Jones, no one around him. Misses the three. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. trailing by 2, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 5. Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers. Outside, George. They get it back. Ibaka, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league, but that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 5 to shoot. Here's Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Tips it up, and Collins is right there.
Now Collins continues to play hard and determined to get inside to make it happen.
Kennard for 3. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Trailblazers. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Pass to Kennard. There's the triple. Collins grabs the miss. Portland leading by 3. Here's Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Covington with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Covington passes to Simons. From 11 feet away, here's Cantor. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead for Los Angeles. They've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Kennard. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Simons, the pass to Covington. McCollum outside and stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop.
Oh, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
McCollum no good.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Trailblazers leading by 5. The pass to Simons. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Got a piece of it. Here's McCollum. Here's Covington. Pass to Simons. Back to Covington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Now, here's Zubac. Jackson kicks to Cousins. Jackson passes to Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Cantor. And again, no good by the Clippers.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Here's McCollum. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Kennard on the wing. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
It's hauled in by Zubac. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Outside, Covington. McCollum outside. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Anthony. Over Cousins. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Kennard against McCollum. Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. And the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period came to a close with them holding a... And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at point guard. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Knocks it loose. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Top of the key. That shot, no good.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Zubac, that's good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And here's McCollum for 3. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Pass to Kennard. Lets it go with the three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Simons surveying the D. Here's McCollum. Covington passes to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony down low. He's against Morris. The shot's good from Cantor.
Clock winding down. Cantor sees that, has the wherewithal to get off a good shot in time.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The shot by George, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And here's Jones. Lobbed up there for Collins. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. He lobs it up and stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Collins is running. Here's Powell. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Powell's got 6 points.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
The pass to Nurkic. Kicks to Lillard. From deep. Rebound by the Clippers. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
The shot by Powell, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. The three from George. The shot off that time. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Lillard against George. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 2 on the clock. That's a 2 from Lillard. They get it back. Nurkic, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Nobody near Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Clippers on top. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Now Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
And Beverley kicks to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Portland grabs the miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Passes it to Powell. Here's Nurkic. And Jones has it in the corner. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. And at last, they get one to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Pass to Leonard. Outside, George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Nicholas Batum. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Now here's Powell. Now Nurkic back to Jones. The three goes back up. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. The three drains the three-pointer. Kennard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
There's the pass to Simons. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Simons has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Basket good.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
Passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. Takes a 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 mates.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break to take the lead. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Anthony. And contact up. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Lillard looking around. Pass to Powell. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound.
Clutch bucket by Nurkic on that possession. They needed that one.
There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. George passes to Beverly. Back to George. From deep. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Portland the other way. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverly. He kicks to George. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
think about just how much focus Lillard has every year about his drive to be one of the best guards in the league. Whether it's recognized or not by an all-star appearance really doesn't have an impact on how he approaches the game.
And Ibaka kicks to George. He's off from 3. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good. And with
Hey, Kevin.
terrific. David, thanks. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at point guard. Now here's Giannis. For both teams tonight, Clark, unbelievable talent up front.
Agreed. And, you know, in the trenches, in the paint is where this one's going to be decided. It's going to be won or lost there. And that's not something we say very often in this day and age with the three-point shooting, the small ball, the spacing of the floor, the pick and roll action. It'll be different tonight.
Good.
And a nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. And for a guy as big as he is, that's really impressive.
Outside, George. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Shot from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Batum. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Lopez. A second chance effort. Antetokounmpo, no good.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
It's good.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition. Times it perfectly and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the Bucks miss again. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. George with no one around. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Holiday surveying the floor. Giannis right side. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Not a fast start for the Bucks. 4-point game. Doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. Up the floor. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Outside Leonard. He kicks to Ibaka. George dishes to Ibaka. Shot clock at 5, and it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, George. The pass to Ibaka. 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Beverly.
You know, one of the things that makes Holiday such a terrific defender is his long arms. I mean, he excels at using them no matter who he's defending.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside Holiday. Floats it up for Giannis. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 4. Pass to Middleton. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. And a miss there on the triple. And the Bucks, they're shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open Antetokounmpo, make sure you get the ball.
Kennard on the wing. And again, it's the Clippers missing. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Jackson with it. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks ahead. They lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got P.J. Tucker. Portis is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Teague. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Teague, following the basket by Marcus Morris. And Teague, here we go. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Up top, Cousins. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Cousins plays inside with an attitude that says, you want to stop me? Give me your best shot.
Teague deciding where to go with it. There's the lob to Portis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, you can see that Teague really comfortable in running the pick and roll, and passes like that, easy for him.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Stolen away. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Jackson. Connaughton passes to Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Now here's Jackson. Kennard kicks to Zubats. Shooting, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Portis. Outside Teague, just 5 to shoot. And he converts the layup. Teague's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
And, you know, you like seeing Jeff Teague flip the switch. I mean, he's a shifty guard that usually makes pretty strong, sharp cuts.
Here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to Jackson. That shot off. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. Fires from deep. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Outside Jackson. The pass to Kennard. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
1:05 left now here in the second. Teague, the pass to Connaughton. Pass to Portis. Yep, that one goes in there.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George with the ball. Picked up by Portis, and George with the stuff.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Middleton. Leonard against Antetokounmpo. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. And George with the stuff.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Pass to Middleton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of this, and the first one at the line is good.
Middleton so highly productive and consistent. A steady contributor night in and night out, making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
George, that's a two-pointer, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Throw good, Paul George.
And George has learned a lot and I think continues to evolve as a leader. He relishes the chance to deliver for this team.
Got it off in time. No good on that one. And that'll do it for the first half. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Patrick Beverly. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Gets a hand on it, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Los Angeles.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here is Holiday. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Clippers trail by 3. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Leonard, no luck.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Leonard. Outside George. Back to Leonard. Here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ibaka's got 4 points in the quarter. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto MB down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Batum dishes to Beverly. Stolen by Middleton. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
The deep three from George. The three-pointer is right on target. George has got 15 points.
Good job there by Leonard setting that screen.
Outside Holiday from downtown. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Elbow shot. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. From 13, and the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Kicks it to Middleton. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. 11 points in the game.
Well, there's a good reason this guy shoots as many threes as he does. Chris Middleton is a knockdown three-point shooter.
George against DiVincenzo. And the pass to Batum. He feeds it to Leonard. Can't connect from short range.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Hits it from three-point range. And now it's an 8-point Bucks lead.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
George passes to Ibaka. Good D by Lopez.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks ahead. They lead by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Cousins. Jackson has the open look. The three-pointer off the mark.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
From the high post, Zubac. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Timeout called the Bucks. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Outside Teague. Lets the 3 fly. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 8. Jackson with it. Picked up by Teague. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. The Bucks shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. The kick out to Teague. And again, the Bucks miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Morris, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
A nice shot by Teague.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
Kennard finds Zubats. Back to Kennard. Sinks the triple.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Bucks leading by 8. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Teague against Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Back to Teague. All alone. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Kennard. To the inside. Zubats. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Teague against Jackson. Outside Teague. To the wing on the left. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubats. Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And George is subbed in for Jackson.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
DiVincenzo against George. Kennard for 3. A shot's good on the assist by George. Kennard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
We've got 1:18 left in the game. Passes to Middleton. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Lets it go from 14. And it's off the back rim. No good. Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And here's George for 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Here's George. 29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. And the shot no good, a bit short. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his third foul so far. Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 5. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And you need a foul here to try and extend the game. Best case is the inbound pass goes to a poor free throw shooter, but really they have to foul whoever it ends up with.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length, really hard to contain. You know, important for him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
The 3 from George. Laces one from 3.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, Brown out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's George. Poked loose. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And the wide-open shot from Morris. Nailed from three-point land.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now, here is Harden. And here is KD. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. It's stolen by Harris. Down low, here's Jordan. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Morris right side. George against Brown. George looking over the floor. 6 to shoot. Beverly against Harden. Fires from 18. And too long on the shot.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
KD with the bucket.
You just marvel at Durant's fluidity for his size. Stopping and popping. He's one of a kind.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from KD. Outside Leonard. The step back jumper is good.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
Harden outside. Pass to Durant. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
George, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And here's Harris from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. And that'll tie this game up.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer.
Now here's Leonard. Back to Morris. Leonard finds Morris. George against Brown. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
To the paint. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. KD against Leonard. Out to Harris. It's stolen by Morris. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. 1:11 left to play here in the first.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And Brooklyn has possession after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Misses from close range. Clippers leading by 5. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Irving with it. Stolen by Jackson. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. And there's the pass to Kennard. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Kennard for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got 6.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 6.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Outside Jackson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Irving against Kennard. Los Angeles leading by 6. Zubac finds Kennard. Outside Jackson. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Jackson passes to Batum. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Cousins. A putback. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it. That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Griffin with the steal. Here's Irving. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Irving's got 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Pass to Kennard. Zubats. It's good on the putback. Zubats has got 4 points now in the quarter.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Irving looking over the floor. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. From deep. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now the pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Here's Jackson. Misses in close. It's deflected, and some good action through the first 2. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to... And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
They've got Harris. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harden against Beverly. Outside for Durant. For the lead. And Harden with the basket on the assist by KD. Harden's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets. Harden against Beverly. George against Brown. George with the bucket.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Brown outside. Back to Harden. For 3. Again, the miss by Harden. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. And Leonard has it in the corner. Out to Morris. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Harris passes to Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
The shot by George, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points. Ugly start to this half, hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Down low, deflects the pass on the wing, George. Over Jordan, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the Nets with possession here. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Harden scanning the floor. Outside Durant. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
When you're that long and that athletic, I'll tell you, KD has the ability to put a little extra on it.
George against Brown. And George, here we go, makes it off the glass. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Harden the pass to Durant. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Morris with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Passes it to Kennard for the lead. It doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Batum. Cousins has got his first bucket in this one. Now, here is Harden. 1:03 left in the third quarter of the game. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Jackson looking around, and we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Claxton. Back to Dinwiddie. Fades away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard from past the arc. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 3.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Los Angeles on top, leading by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the 2. Irving, good.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. The pass to Kennard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. Off target with his 3.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Kennard against Irving. To tie it up. Again, Irving missing.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
And the shot is good. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Finishing through contact, DeMarcus, one of the best at it, has the natural power and excellent body control.
Irving against Kennard. Irving drives in. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the 4th quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
And here's Harden for 3. It's hauled in by George.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Lobs it up for Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
A seasoned vet with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remains calm under pressure.
Pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Pass to George. Tries again. Ibaka, the pass to George. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Beverly against Harden. There's the dish to Jordan. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George with the ball. He dishes it to Leonard. Back to George. Leonard kicks to George. The tray. And it's George again missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Harris. Outside, KD. But they get it back. Harris passes to KD.
I mean, no hesitation in the clutch. Scoring the ball is second nature to KD.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
And George kicks to Beverly. And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
You really wouldn't know what size he is because Patrick Beverly gives you toughness at that point guard position, and he's physical. And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Jordan finds Brown. Harden outside. Off the mark. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap... Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, we've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the small forward spot. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile 1 block?
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Beverley. Ibaka. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Outside, Jones passes it to Covington. Pass to Lillard. Over Beverley. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Beverley dishes to Morris. Back to Beverley. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Morris does a great job keeping his head up, finding his teammate for quality shots.
Lillard finds Jones. Back to Lillard. Launches it. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Beverley. Shot clock at 5. The shot by George, wide open. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Jones with it. Leonard picks him up. Lillard looking around. Back to Jones. And there's the pass to Powell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's George on the wing, guarded by Powell. Outside for George. Pulls up. Offensive rebound. Portland leading. Pass to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target from outside.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Out to Morris. Back to George. Shoots over Powell. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And a deep three from Lillard. Can't hit that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Morris finds Beverly. Jones against Leonard. And the wide open shot from Morris. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And Jones slams it in.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Tips it, and Covington stays with it.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Morris. Nice move. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And Morris with the lay-in. Morris has got his second basket of the game.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Powell for three. Morris with the rebound. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
McCollum with the ball. Inside. And Kanter throws it down.
It's important for Kanter to be effective in the pick and roll. I mean, it makes their offense much more complete.
Up in time. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front, up 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Kennard. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Cousins, no one around him. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And for Portland, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Simons, Collins. And Collins is right there.
And offensive rebounding is about commitment. There you see Collins showing plenty of it to grab the board.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. There's the triple. A rebound by Simons. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They lead by 4. No one covering. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, he's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Pass to Kennard. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Beyond the arc. That shot misses. Kanter, the pass to Simons. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And it's good off the back rim and in. And now it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
And the pass to Canard. That three off the mark.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
For Los Angeles, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Oh, the combination of size and strength, it makes Cousins a tough cover. I mean, overpowering.
Here's Simons, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. The shot will not fall.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone. He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, with they're needing to fight from behind.
Now here's McCollum. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Canard.
Got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Canard, as he relishes opportunities.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Leonard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now Beverley after the missed three from Damian Lillard. 43 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Canard for three. Cans it from downtown. Canard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Canard gets a good look he likes, he ain't going to hesitate.
Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Morris, no good. Here's Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Powell. And the Clippers making a change here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Outside, George. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Trailblazers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... And that's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Clippers trail. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Jones in at the 3 slot.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
A nice shot by George.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Lillard way outside. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George from deep three-point land. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Powell for 3. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
But he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Lillard against Beverly. Now, here's Lillard. He's covered closely. And the rejection by Ibaka. 3-on-3. A 3 from Leonard. And another 3 for the Clippers.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Clock at 6. Portland moving the ball around. Covington with the bucket.
And they finally get one to go. I mean, just in time. An 0 for 4 start to the second half can really make a team tighten up.
Ball's knocked loose. Powell with it. George picks him up. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Beverly, the pass to George. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Ibaka kicks to George. Passes to Morris. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Covington's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jones drives in. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Got that one up quick. Leonard's got 6.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
And Jones has it in the corner. Lillard from outside. Portland no good that time either.
Can't quite find his 3-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break. He's as surprised as anyone with that, Meeks. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language that he's getting discouraged.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. And he makes that one. Morris has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 9 points in the game so far.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nailing 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. No one near him. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And now just a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Pass to Leonard. Morris outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Here is Lillard. He's got 9. with 1 on the clock. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's good.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead. And now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
Here's Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. Good on the triple.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on.
Clippers leading by 4. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Jackson kicks to Cousins. Now Jackson. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And after what was just a horrendous shooting performance in that first half, they're finally starting to find their rhythm here in the second.
Anthony, the pass to McCollum.
And the leap.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. It's up a 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 9. The open shot by Kennard. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I'll tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Wow. Here's Cousins. The shot, no good. Collins with some nice D. Trailblazers trail by 8. Portland moving the ball around. Cantor's shot is off. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's McCollum. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Collins against Cousins. The pass to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Rebounded by McCollum. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Look at Enes Kanter maintaining that competitive energy. Finds a big shot to keep them in it.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Norman Bowles checked in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Left side, Leonard. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Powell, no one around him. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Poked away. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Offensive rebound, Nurkic. Pass to Powell. Now here's Lillard. Fires the 3. The shot misses. So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Milwaukee is seen from the shore of Lake Michigan on a cloudless day. Well, D8.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. Now here is Holiday. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Offline with his three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To the inside, Paul George with the steal. It's tipped. Floats it up for Giannis. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. Traps in the tray. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the Freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
And it's Giannis missing. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a three-point game. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. Beverly against Holiday. Over Beverly. Misses off the left iron. To the middle. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good with the triple. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The shot by Middleton wide open from outside off the mark.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Boy, that's fast break basketball at its absolute best. Outstanding assist to finish it off.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Steps back and fires. That one a little long.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's one he normally converts.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beverly for 3. The shot missing. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got his second basket.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
Outside, George. 1:14 left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Beverly. George passes to Leonard. Great D that time from Middleton. Bucks leading by 3. Stolen by George. Morris kicks to George. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
There's the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton on the wing, covered by Morris. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. It's going to be Middleton shooting. Marcus Morris picks one up there. A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Now here's Jackson. Batum dishes to Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. That's a 2 from Kennard. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. The Bucks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And he makes the first.
And really, from second-round pick to All-Star, Middleton's story, inspirational. Yet even now, it feels like some people continue to sleep on him.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Jackson lays it up and banks it in. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying.
Being able to go through adversity and come out.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Batum. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. And here's Kennard after the three-pointer from Bobby Portis. And they're on the break. Here's Connaughton. Kennard covering. Teague with a clean look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Floats it up for Cousins. An emphatic alley-oop jam. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Milwaukee with the ball. Clippers able to drain the three. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Portis. They get the rebound. Connaughton passes to Portis. Teague surveying the D. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Passes it to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now here's Teague. No points in the game yet for him. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And now it's a 9-point Bucks lead for Los Angeles. They've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Feeds to Cousins. Over onto Kumbo, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. T kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Tucker. The Bucks working the ball around. Pass to Connaughton. This one for three. The Clippers grab the miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Kennard finds Cousins. 56 seconds left to play in the first half.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. The three from Morris. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. DiVincenzo with it. George picks him up.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
George way outside. Los Angeles with another miss. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And we've reached halftime in this one. Bucks lead by 11. And now let's catch it. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They lead by 11. And you. And that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Nice game. Great performance by Donte DiVincenzo.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Donte DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Holiday surveying the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Over Morris. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
First free throw is good. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Stolen by Beverley. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
And here's Holiday. Lets it go from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Holiday's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bucks.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Milwaukee has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Outside Holiday, and the pass to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Clippers trail by 11.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
George missing again.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
For 3, Middleton, good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Outside Holiday. DiVincenzo finds Giannis. Outside Holiday. Can't nail the jumper.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Here's Holiday. He has 6. He dishes it to Giannis. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Trying to get open is Lopez. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from George. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. He kicks it to Beverly. George against DiVincenzo. Beverly wide open. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. On the wing, DiVincenzo. And Giannis throws it down.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
And George, here we go. Down low, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And you can see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Here's Teague, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to open. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Bucks leading by 14. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, we've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Jackson in a point guard. Here's Portis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Passes to Kennard from outside the arc. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. Now here's Teague. Pass to Tucker. Bucks passing it around. Portis kicks it to Tucker. Uncovered. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Portis. Wide open look. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, if you don't put a body on Tucker, he will find a way to burn you on the offensive glass.
The pass to Kennard. Now T. Antetokounmpo passes to Connaughton. Fires the three. He can't get that one to fall.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. And that's 6 straight for him on fast breaks.
Bucks leading by 12.
Who's watching here?
Teague with the ball. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. No good from Connaughton. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Kennard finds Cousins. Here's Zubats. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Zubats has got his first 2 points.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Outside T. And the Clippers call time here. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told his guys, that team is not going to give it to us. We have to take it. That means staying aggressive and playing with no fear. Kevin, back to you.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
They get it again. Here's Giannis. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. 5 on the clock. Giannis left side. And the shot falls short this time. Clippers trail by 11. Outside Leonard. DiVincenzo against George. The tray drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, the three ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Fires for 3. They grab their own miss.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Bucks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Chris Middleton.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Giannis against Leonard. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. His three-pointers off the mark. And so the Bucks take the win. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. it.